I have been standing, I had been standing, I will have been standing. I have been blowing, I had been blowing, I will have been blowing. I have been attacking, I had been attacking, I will have been attacking. I have been tumbling, I had been tumbling, I will have been tumbling. I have been riding, I had been riding, I will have been riding. I have been painting, I had been painting, I will have been painting. I have been grinding, I had been grinding, I will have been grinding. I have been plowing, I had been plowing, I will have been plowing. I have been closing, I had been closing, I will have been closing. I have been hanging, I had been hanging, I will have been hanging. Dog has been bathing, dog had been bathing, the dog will have been bathing. I have been sleeping, I had been sleeping, I will have been sleeping. I have been opening, I had been opening, I will have been opening. It has been melting, it had been melting, it will have been melting. I have been giving, I had been giving, I will have been giving. I have been sending, I had been sending, I will have been sending. I have been sharing, I had been sharing, I will have been sharing. I have been leaning, I had been leaning, I will have been leaning. I have been grabbing, I had been grabbing, I will have been grabbing. I have been kneeling, I had been kneeling, I will have been kneeling. I have been stooping, I had been stooping, I will have been stooping. I have been chiseling, I had been chiseling, I will have been chiseling. I have been scolding, I had been scolding, I will have been scolding. I have been sawing, I had been sawing, I will have been sawing. I have been rinsing, I had been rinsing, I will have been rinsing. We have been connecting, we had been connecting, we will have been connecting. He has been shaving, he had been shaving, he will have been shaving. I have been soaking, I had been soaking, I will have been soaking. I have been brushing, I had been brushing, I will have been brushing. I have been applauding, I had been applauding, I will have been applauding. I have been bringing, I had been bringing, I will have been bringing. I have been announcing, I had been announcing, I will have been announcing. I have been floating, I had been floating, I will have been floating. I have been apologizing, I had been apologizing, I will have been apologizing. I have been rating, I had been rating, I will have been rating. I have been sewing, I had been sewing, I will have been sewing. I have been weaving, I had been weaving, I will have been weaving. It has been repeating, it had been repeating, it will have been repeating. I have been wiping, I had been wiping, I will have been wiping. I have been refusing, I had been refusing, I will have been refusing. I have been raking, I had been raking, I will have been raking. I have been planting, I had been planting, I will have been planting. He has been inventing, he had been inventing, he will have been inventing. I have been helping, I had been helping, I will have been helping. I have been downloading, I had been downloading, I will have been downloading. They have been following, they had been following, they will have been following. I have been dividing, I had been dividing, I will have been dividing. I have been grating, I had been grating, I will have been grating. I have been folding, I had been folding, I will have been folding. I have been pricking, I had been pricking, I will have been pricking. I have been printing, I had been printing, I will have been printing. I have been recording, I had been recording, I will have been recording. I have been pumping, I had been pumping, I will have been pumping. I have been protecting, I had been protecting, I will have been protecting. I have been packing, I had been packing, I will have been packing. I have been unpacking, I had been unpacking, I will have been unpacking. I have been receiving, I had been receiving, I will have been receiving. I have been praising, I had been praising, I will have been praising. They have been rescuing, they had been rescuing, they will have been rescuing. I have been resting, I had been resting, I will have been resting. I have been drilling, I had been drilling, I will have been drilling. I have been writing, I had been writing, I will have been writing. I have been welding, I had been welding, I will have been welding. I have been ringing, I had been ringing, I will have been ringing. I have been flicking, I had been flicking, I will have been flicking. We have been picking, we had been picking, we will have been picking. I have been adding, I had been adding, I will have been adding. I have been inserting, I had been inserting, I will have been inserting. I have been growing, I had been growing, I will have been growing. I have been wearing, I had been wearing, I will have been wearing. I have been hiding, I had been hiding, I will have been hiding. I have been marking, I had been marking, I will have been marking. I have been dialing, I had been dialing, I will have been dialing. I have been calling, I had been calling, I will have been calling. I have been cracking, I had been cracking, I will have been cracking. I have been mixing, I had been mixing, I will have been mixing. I have been chopping, I had been chopping, I will have been chopping. I have been peeling, I had been peeling, I will have been peeling. It has been leaking, it had been leaking, it will have been leaking. Subscribe please.